send it?
Just send it.
Off the cuff, baby.
I mean, we
Can
can.
anyone see the screen on there?
No, but were we all in picture?
Yeah, we're all in picture. But the problem is I have 13% battery, so.
Let's
But it's plugged
go.
in.
No, it's not because the audio mic
Well, let's rock and roll,
has to
baby.
be plugged in.
All right.
Fellas, we made it to Vegas.
We made it.
We're back.
It's been a voyage, though.
Hey, man. Hey, armpits, put them down.
That's just not nice, dude.
Dude, it's been 4 years since we've been back here.
4 years, wow. Yeah, it's fucking
2020.
40 degrees.
Yeah, we love coming when it's
It
freezing
is
instead of...
literally 40 degrees.
Was it
in
cold
Vegas.
last time we were here? It was November.
It was
so-
November. It
But
was
I will
freezing.
say, in Vegas, during COVID, completely different amount of people because it is swamped here.
Well, listen, you go to Vegas in the middle of COVID, it's full of our kind of people. Degenerates, all right? We are just, all we could do was gamble. Now you've got shows, you've got a lot of, it's going to be a whole different experience this time around, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of people. A lot of people. Hey,
Well, I mean,
I
it's
didn't.
way more open, so it's gonna be nice.
I
Last
heard-
time we had to wear masks, and all the casino things had
The
the
glass.
plexiglass.
Yeah,
It did.
is it still there? 'Cause
I didn't
haven't
I
noticed
didn't
it.
notice it,
I
but I
didn't
don't
know.
think it is.
No, it's not.
I don't think it is in there.
Well,
Yeah.
at Paris, where we just were, it was not.
If you didn't wear your mask, you were getting yelled at the table.
Yeah, for
Yelled
like
at.
seconds, you could only just
It
drink.
was like
straight.
hyperventilating though. It was tough.
Remember, you had to take a sip, mask
And
back on.
Not only that, but we flew out, I think, that Monday or Tuesday or whatever, and then on Wednesday, or maybe it was Sunday and on Wednesday, they closed down all of Vegas.
Yes.
Because of
They
COVID.
did.
November
So we kind of got lucky, but we couldn't do clubs or anything like that.
Yeah.
The nightlife was a little bit more restricted.
You know what's crazy? Things are coming full circle. That was one of the first bachelor parties, and this is one of the last
Yeah.
bachelor parties that
Yes.
we're here celebrating our boy Tim Meyer back here in Vegas this time around.
It's funny that you say that. I feel like for meeting's sake and business sake, we usually go from Friday to Monday, or we'll like bounce out a little bit earlier, Thursday to Sunday or something like that. So I usually those Friday meetings or those Monday meetings, I have to kind of work around. Right? I have to tell people like I have to do it earlier, I have to do it later, things like that. But I tell some of the clients, hey, I'm going to a bachelor party. I'm not going to be able to be on a Friday call. I'll bump to Thursday. It's to the point now where I'm like, yes, I'm going to a bachelor party. It is legitimate. I'm not making that up. I know it's number 10, but and they're like, fucking A, like how many friends do you have? But I'm like, we have
10.
a big group of us, but like it sounds like a lie at this point.
You know why? Because the bender continues, baby.
Yeah. That's right.
But we haven't just been to Vegas for bachelor parties. We've
No.
been here for work too, or at least most of us have. I know I've been here for 2 or 3 different conferences. I've stayed at the Wynn and Encore most of the time, which are pretty bougie out here. But I know you've been here for some business. You've got some mentors out here and stuff too.
Yeah, Vegas is a really big spot for that.
Yeah.
There's some great people out in Vegas. For business, it's a great place. I mean, they're definitely here, for business, there's a lot of tax reasons that a lot of things happen here. So that's definitely why. But for business, it's been awesome because you see different parts. Like when you think Vegas, you just think the Strip. But a lot of the business things that I do, the fun's on the Strip and, like dinners and things like that. But everything else is like completely outside of it, which is cool. So I've seen different areas of Vegas that I would have never seen.
Well, I think you were having that conversation with someone about the locals. They really even go to the Strip. They're different. You can speak on the areas, but like, where do they?
Yeah, no, there's just so much to do outside of Vegas that I think, again, to your point, there's more than just the Strip. But most people who are coming to have a good time either come here or Old Vegas, Fremont Street, which sure we could talk about. It's Kenny's favorite place too.
That is one of my favorite places. I love that fucking place.
There's also a lot of conventions too.
Yeah, a lot.
The day of the recording, I believe this is the last day for the CES technology convention, which people are around.
There was 2 conventions for like the marketing world that I was invited to that happened this weekend too, but I wasn't able to attend. But yeah, I mean, there's just every week.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah, the mortgage tech one that I come to every time is usually February, March time. So I know Adam's going to be going to that here soon.
Yeah, it does not stop.
There's a lot of conferences, a lot of big tech conferences are out here too. Like they really leverage the meeting space. I mean, you can get lost in some of these conference areas. There's so many conference rooms. Like, well, we found a nice little nook that's nice and quiet, so we can do this podcast real quick. But
Well, we reserved this room, obviously.
yeah.
Curveball.
TVC's really putting out the expenses these days.
Game time decision, yeah.
Well, on that note, you said it, James. You talked about going to the Wynn for conferences, for work. We were gonna head to the Wynn. We had to make a major battlefield adjustment real fucking quick because it was a lot further than we anticipated, and here we are at Caesars.
It's like the city. Like when we were in the city, you just can't really drive anywhere. It's so jammed up.
Yeah.
Driving places in the city. I remember when
It's much
James
different
and
than
I-
like New York. You don't just have grid lines.
I say the city, but everyone's like, "What the fuck is the city?"
Yeah.
But New
I
York,
know.
But like when we were leaving the hotel in New York, it took us like an hour and a half to get to the airport. Remember that? We sat in traffic.
But we got backed up on one of the bridges.
We did.
Which happens a lot.
It was
Wasn't the
bad.
Brooklyn Bridge, right?
We literally sat there.
Great bachelor party in New York, but I would
Great
never
time.
live.
Never.
Fucking live in New York. That's
So,
too many
okay.
people, too much traffic. No way.
I would live in the city.
You would live in New York City?
I love
Hell
the city.
no.
I've grown to love it. When I was younger, I hated it coming from a very like country place.
Right.
But now I love the city.
And where do you
just
live
got to
now?
go to the right places. I live in the city. Technically, of West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach is not the city.
still
that
a
was
city.
then. Okay, but it's not compared to New York. Come on.
No, it's nothing is compared to New York. But at the same
But it's still
time,
big city living in a way. You've
It's-
got
it is a
skyscrapers.
city.
You've got.
I'm in a high rise. Like,
You're not in a rural fucking area.
Let's flip the script here because we're in Vegas.
Yes.
Would you guys live in the Vegas or outskirts? In Nevada.
I think I would.
I would.
I like how you've got a lot of other things to do. Like when we were flying in today, you saw Lake Mead and you saw the Hoover Dam. Like,
Yeah.
There's a lot of nature things, and you know me, I'm a nature guy. Big nature. I like nature.
Hiking boots for this one.
Yeah,
James
hiking
really
boots.
enjoys hiking.
Embraces-
Yeah, man. I'll get my
embraces
Patagonia
them.
out. We'll just go fucking hike the canyons and shit. But no, there's like all these mountains and stuff. There's so many things you can do. I mean, Vegas is pretty awesome, and it's pretty accessible to other areas too.
Sure.
So like you can go to Utah. It's like 2 hours to get to like St. George in that area.
Yeah.
That's where I really want to go to Lake Powell.
We're
But
going
then
somewhere.
you can hit over to California pretty easy too. I think I don't think that's
Yeah,
too
it's
far.
not that far. No, compared to here.
My brother-in-law has definitely made the drive from Cali to Vegas a couple times, like quick trip.
Obviously,
Not bad.
depends on where in Cali. But
Yeah.
No, I definitely would because I'm pretty sure we were talking about it on our first podcast, I believe, and I mentioned Vegas and I switched my answer to Scottsdale or Arizona, and James was like, "You're a copycat." So, but Vegas was definitely on that list at some point. So yeah, I'd live out here. It's pretty dope.
Similar in a way. Nice golf
Yeah.
courses.
Great golf courses.
Yeah.
We're golfing tomorrow, aren't we?
We are.
What's the temperature?
cold as
It's
shit.
gonna be 42 degrees, I believe, by the time we have our first.
Well, the
ship.
low is 32.
Great.
The low tonight is 29.
We
Perfect.
tee off at 10. We're hoping it's going to heat up a little bit. So I'm sure it'll be 40s, but it's not as it's a different cold than it is in Florida.
You're right.
Florida's got that wet cold, like it's weird. This is a dry cold. Like it's not even. I mean, I don't have to wear a sweater outside. And it's like it's 43 degrees right now.
Was it cold when we were in Scottsdale?
Nah,
No, it was
not really.
That was nice.
we
That
went
course
to
was
eat.
awesome.
It's also February, but
I'll tell you
a little
what's-
late.
Hey, everybody. Clearly, we're having some technical difficulties. We tried to do our very first remote recording there in Las Vegas, Nevada. And, well, Vegas got the best of us. Some people just aren't cut out for Vegas. So, we hope that you appreciate this very short podcast and tune in next time. The Bender continues.